Hi guys, welcome back to Origami Twist. My name's Jen, and today in our daily December 2016 series, we're going to do a 5-pointed star. Now this modular origami is part of the reason I started this channel. This sort of project is so much fun, and I really hope you give it a go. There aren't any technical moves that are particularly difficult, but you do have to follow each step by step in order to get a finished product. So if you're game, I'm going to show you how to do it. Here we go. Okay, the 5-pointed origami, modular origami star is made up of 5 of these pieces. These are made out of 4-inch squares, but I'm going to use the example here out of a 6-inch square, just for ease of demonstration. Now, as I said before, it does need to be very, very specific. Your folds, if what's going one way or the other way, it may not work. So the pause button is your friend. You may need to see it more than once in order to get it, and have some scrap paper handy just in case you make a mistake, or have extra paper handy just in case you make a mistake. But it's totally worth it. Okay, so we're going to take one corner, bring it up to the opposite corner, and crease. I feel like I say that for almost every single model, but that is the way it works. You got to start with the basic triangle or rectangle. I'm now going to flip the paper over so that that point is facing me. That's very important, which direction it's going. We're now going to take the left hand, so the hand that makes the L is the left hand, the one that's backwards is the right hand. The left hand is going to take one edge and bring it up to that fold and crease. And again, it's very important that it's the left-hand side that does this. If you do it the other way, you're going to end up with everything going backwards. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you do the same for every single piece in the model. It will work backwards as well, but as I said, every piece has to be identical or it won't work. Okay, now that we've folded that, we're going to turn the paper over, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Now, this is going to boggle a few minds, I think. If we take that edge and bring it up to the fold and crease, usually when I say to do it again, usually we are mirror imaging the image before. In this case, we actually want to have these 2 points on our model. So just keep in mind, you are not mirror imaging the part behind. This is a completely different angle that we're creating, but it is the same move as we made on this side. So folding up to that fold. Only 2 more folds on this piece, and then we're going to start attaching them together. So you've got a little triangle here where this flap meets the page, and we're just going to fold right on that line, right on that edge of the paper, just like that. We're going to turn the model over, and because it's an identical fold, we have the same thing again, and we're just going to fold that up against the edge of the paper. Being careful not to overlap. Don't fold this flap at all. Bring it right up to the edge and crease. Okay, so now it looks a little bit like a mountainscape, as though we're, maybe going to go driving up in the mountains. That's good. That's exactly what we want. So we've got one fold going this way, one fold going that way. So if you're looking at it from the top, it's up. So mountain, valley. And all of them should be mountain, valley with 2 points like that. Okay, and just like with any other model that I do here, you are going to repeat the exact same thing a few more times for a total of 5 pieces. Now, to connect your pieces together, I'm going to show you on 2 different colors so that you can see the different pieces of the actual module so that you can connect them together. So if you're holding this in the valley of the two mountains there, and you're holding onto this paper from the bottom, you'll notice that in the back you've got this weird little flap sticking off the back. That's good news. You actually want that. And you're going to see you have the same weird little flap off the front. that odd flap in the back is going to get inserted underneath the odd flap in the front. And then you're just going to slide them up until they connect. So this side of the mountain here is actually abutting the edge of that flap, and you're going to connect it right up into the corner, and this line here is going to line up with the rest of this triangle that's created here. Now we do need to lock it together because, as I said, there isn't any adhesive with this particular project, and you do that by sliding the flap behind. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. You're going to find that that triangle doesn't quite fit, and that's okay. Slide it as far as it'll go, and then like a Venus flytrap, you're just going to pinch it in place. See that? So it's going to eat up that triangle, and it's okay that it doesn't quite fit, but you do want to be pretty neat about blunting off that edge, but you just squish it in there. Okay. Now we do have one more thing to do before we move on to the next piece, and that's to tuck this big triangle sticking up here in as well. And we're going to do that in the same way that we did this triangle, except we're going to come across the front and tuck behind here. So the same thing, you're going to slide it down as far as it'll go, and keep sliding, keep sliding, keep sliding until it won't go any further. And then Venus flytrap style, you're going to capture that triangle. And there you go. Now you can see it starts to create an interesting pattern here. So if you're using multiple colors, you'd end up with a really interesting design on your finished piece. But I'm going to show you how to do the finished piece all with one color. Just, you know, just because that's what I folded. All right, so that's how you connect them. And now we're going to do that with the smaller pieces. So holding them just how you folded them. Once again, odd flap behind the odd flap. Slide it all the way up. Tuck the triangle behind until it won't go any further, and then pinch it in place. And same thing here, slide it down. Now there's a couple of different places you can slide it. You're just going over the first one and tucking it in between there. So tuck it down until it won't go any further and squish it in place. And repeat until you get to the end, and I'll help you finish it off. Okay, here we go. We've come to the end. And we're just going to take that odd flap in the back of the first one and the odd flap on the top of the last one that we put in and slide it together. Now you're going to find it may not connect exactly how you want, so you sort of have to wiggle it around a little bit to get it to fit, but you're going to tuck it in the back. So it may be a bit more three-dimensional than you wanted it to be. That takes some practice, and it all depends on how you've interlocked them together, how tight or loose the different pieces are as you go along. And that last piece is just going to tuck behind the whole thing and tuck in there and squish. And if you don't like the look of this, if it's a little bit wrinkled, if you turn it over, the look is really quite good. So, you know, find which side you like the best, maybe punch a hole, put a little string on, and there is an amazing little star ornament, perfect for your Christmas tree, and a perfect little gift for anyone who enjoys stars and Christmas. All right, there you go, guys. And actually, there's the 4-inch one compared to the 6-inch one. So this is made with 6-inch origami paper. This is made with 4-inch. And experiment with glitter paper or, you know, any sequined paper or anything you've got. It's really a fun little project. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. We will see you back here again tomorrow for Daily December 2016. And please subscribe. I've got lots more videos where this came from. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.